I never would have imagined that a just-turned 5-year-old could climb like my son has been with the Prevelo Alpha 3, or that he would be able to manage a 20-inch bicycle with gears. But here we are. My son's barely big enough for it, but it hasn't stopped him. Admittedly, there was some skepticism because he's only been riding 16-inch wheeled bikes, which are all single-speed. And the Prevelo Alpha 3, it has an 8-speed rear cassette. I wasn't convinced our little guy was ready for a bigger bike or gears, but I was game for giving it a shot. As it turns out, he figured out the shifting within 10 minutes of practicing, and any issues due to added weight have been negligible compared to the gains in his climbing ability with the addition of gears. For parents interested in introducing gears at an early age, and for kids who have already mastered pedaling and bike handling, the Prevelo Alpha 3 is the ideal 20-inch bike. It is not a mountain bike with the front suspension or the disc brakes of the Prevelo Zulu 3, but it provides big wheels and gears for young kids who can't yet fit on other 20-inch bikes. The Prevelo Alpha 3 has a minimum seat post height of 20.7 inches and a low standover height. My son is a 19-inch inseam and fits on the bike comfortably, although if your child isn't already a comfortable pedaler, I would wait until their inseam is closer to 21 inches. Prevelo swapped the standard stem for a shorter one, which I would recommend if your child is still on the smaller side. For a 5-year-old, the bike is going to be less nimble than a smaller frame. On his Prevelo Alpha 2, for instance, my son is easily catching her on the pump track and off of jumps. But he struggles to get the Alpha 3 up much at all, due to reach. There have been a couple of times that he's had crashes, and I know it's simply because the bike is still a bit much for him to handle at times. That said, I'm still not sorry that we've introduced him to it, because the gears and bigger wheel size really do make a difference, especially on the trail. The frame, the wheels, and the rest of the component build are top-notch. The naked aluminum frame looks good and is well built. It has clean solid welds and doesn't need paint to attract attention. The frame allows internally routed cables to keep things clean and tidy looking. Other high-quality components include Kenda small block 8 tires, Tektro handbrakes, and a Shimano drivetrain. The small block 8 tires are a miniature version of the popular adult mountain bike tire and provide a smooth, fast-rolling ride experience while offering the ability to serve in some off-road duty. The Tektro handbrakes boast easy-to-reach, easy-to-pull brake levers, and good stopping power even on steep hills and off-road. Finally, the Shimano drivetrain provides clean shifting even for less than perfect shifting kids. Other nice details include a quick-release seat collar and wheel skewers. The quick-release seat collar allows for on-the-trail seat drops and easy adjustment of seat height as kids grow. Finally, it's worth noting the custom-made crank arms. They are sized perfectly for young riders and efficiently transfer power to the rear wheel. For a 6-year-old or kids already in a 6T pant, the frame is ideally sized with some room yet to grow. The geometry of the Prevelo Alpha 3 hits a sweet spot. It is aggressive enough to be ridden on serious trails, but upright enough to inspire confidence and maneuverability. The long wheelbase provides stability, and the downslope top tube allows young riders to easily mount and dismount. We appreciate that the bottom bracket is low enough to provide a low center of gravity, but high enough that it can easily clear obstacles. Lastly, the low-rise handlebars are wide and provide excellent control for young riders. For kids who are ready to learn to shift, the 8-speed Shimano rear derailleur provides a nice range of gears. In the lightest ring, my son has seen a noticeable improvement on his ability to climb compared to a single speed. On the other end of the spectrum, the top-end gear allows him to go fast on flat and downhill sections. It means that he'll never be spun out again. Compared to an adult bike, the derailleur cage is laughably short and the bottom pulley wheel is large. This is necessary, of course, due to the smaller wheels and proximity to the ground. And even when riding technical single track, the derailleur has had plenty of clearance. The display window on the shifter shows the gearing, 1 being easiest, 8 being hardest, and it seemed, at least initially, to help him feel where he was on his rear derailleur. The shifters themselves, Shimano Acera Rapid Fire Plus, are slightly stiff downshifting. Compared to my own Shimano DRXT trigger shifters, they do require a bit of strength to push, which is tough for little thumbs. While the kiddo has already improved with time and practice, this does seem to be the one con on the bike. Higher-end trigger shifters would help alleviate this problem, but would of course add expense. Grip shifters could make the learning curve easier for young kids, but come with their own set of issues. Most bikes come equipped with trigger shifters anyhow, so learning early will help in the long run. The bottom line, some pros are that it has a low minimum seat height and standover height. It has an 8-speed Shimano drivetrain, beautiful aluminum frame, Kenda small block 8 tires, and a con is that the trigger shifters are challenging for little hands. For smaller riders that are ready for gears, the Prevelo Alpha 3 is the ideal 20-inch bike. It can handle any road and most trails. With a lightweight aluminum frame, high-quality components, and an 8-speed rear cassette, it will take your child to the next level in their riding ability. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.